What's up everyone, WizardKen here with another Xbox One World of Tanks video. Today we're going to be talking about what tank line I'm going to be going down next after we do the review of the Object 268. So I'm pretty excited about starting our new line next week. I don't know what day I'm going to start it on because I don't know what days I have off yet. I'll be going into work today to find out what days I have off, but hopefully sometime midweek we should be starting on our new tank line, but we still have to review the Object 268, which I will do on my very first day off. So when I am off, I will review this thing and then we will start on our next tank line. But before we get into that and talking about which tank line we're going to be starting on, I would like to just reiterate about yesterday's video a little bit. I just hope people aren't confused on what I was saying on the whole just running armor piercing rounds. What I mean by that is just if you're having a hard time with the game or you just want to become a little bit better against some of the tanks that you're having a hard time with, use the armor piercing rounds, but eventually go back to using a good amount of armor piercing rounds, a couple of heat rounds like 5 to 10, and then use like 5 or 10 premium rounds, something like that. Have a good decent loadout. I don't do it just because I like running it this way. I really do. I could do tons more damage if I would actually switch between the different ammunition and stuff like that, but I don't know, I just like playing it this way. But really that video was to tell you, use armor piercing rounds, get better at the game, and then go back to using the other rounds and using everything all together. You'll just do so much better once you understand a little bit more on how all these tanks work and how to destroy them and different things like that. In no means that I say armor piercing rounds is always the way to go, and none of you guys have said that. I just want to make sure that everybody understands that I don't want you to steer away from the game and not use all the ammunitions that you have at your disposal. I just want you guys to get better at the game and then start using them at your disposal. Start incorporating the other ammunition and making yourself 100 times dangerous to the enemy, especially when you know how to pierce these guys, and then you're switching HE rounds because his buddy is a light tank and you're just destroying everybody. Instead of killing one tank here and there, you're killing 2 or 3 tanks because you're switching through the ammunition because you know what to do and stuff. So I just want to point that out real quick. So anyways, let's talk about the new tank line we're going to be visiting. So one of the new tank lines that came out a little while ago is the new British tank destroyer line, which a lot of you guys have been telling me I should try out. Now, I was debating this for a long time because there's other lines that I really wanted to do. I wanted to do like the British, or not the British, but the French medium tank. I wanted to get the back chat. I wanted to do the British mediums. I wanted to do American mediums. There's so many different tank lines out there that I haven't done yet, like the T110E3. Jesus, I would love to get that. I haven't had, I've been wanting that for a long time, and it was really hard to debate on what to do, but I've seen a lot of these new British tank destroyer lines, this new British tank destroyer line out in the field, and they are really neat looking. Now, Bubba is also on this line. He's on the Achilles, I guess is how you say, the Tier 6 British tank destroyer. But he's on that one, and he said he enjoys it, but he hates it too because of the gun and different things like that. But we're going to be starting on the Tier 7. We have a little bit more XP to do before we get it, but we will start on this Tier 7. So let's take a small glimpse of what this thing has on it. So what are we looking at? So we're going to have about 89 on the whole armor, 51 on the side of the armor, and then 38 on the rear of the armor, which from my understanding on this whole tank line is the armors on these tank destroyers are just shit. They're going to be really crappy. They're going to be very easy to kill using probably HE or something like that. I haven't gone against too many of them, but I have seen enough that I like them. I just haven't really studied them yet, like we talked about yesterday. So that's one thing I'll probably be doing this week before I start doing this line, just looking at them and studying them, getting ready to start using them. Now, the turret armor doesn't seem bad, but it still looks like even at tier 7, we're going to get penned. everywhere. So at least at the basic tank, you know, with no packages unlocked on it or anything like that. Yeah, let's see, 102 on the armor, with just the basic turret. 40 on the side, 40 on the rear. 840 hit points. Doesn't sound bad. 52 speed. Now, that's one thing I noticed on these tanks is that at least the tier 6 and tier 7. I don't know if the tier 10 is going to be like this. We can look at that in a little bit, but their speed is pretty decent. So it seems like they're going to be kind of like the Scorpion, where we're going to be able to get in and out of areas pretty quickly and shoot, you know, quick and then get out. Because look at their rate of fire. Just with the standard gun, it's 13.33, which sounds like we're going to be able to shoot quickly and then run away. Let's see. The view range is 360, which not bad. We'll be able to see pretty well. Traverse is 14. Okay. We'll see about that. Let's see at the first package. First package, and this is what I do with all my tanks before I start going down the line. I like to look at the ones I'm going to start with. I might skip a couple and then review the other ones. Well, not review in the sense of you guys seeing a video, but I'll skip a couple tanks and then see, like, you know, what the tier 9 is going to be like and tier 10 is going to be like. I might not look at the tier 8, but I do sit down and do just this before I start a line. I like to sit down, look what I'm going to be going into, get some kind of idea, because I've played so many tanks that I can look at its stats and kind of be like, yeah, this is kind of how I'm going to play it. Especially when you see like the turret armor and the whole armor not being the greatest. It's like, yeah, we're going to have to sit back and be very supportive tank kind of thing. So let's see, 171 penetration, still 13 shots, 150 damage. Okay. So we did get a bigger gun on that one, just a tier 7. Let's see, still a tier 7 gun on that package. That's mostly what I'm looking at right now. It's just seeing when are we going to amp up in guns and stuff. This one's a different gun, but it only shoots, the only difference is that it shoots 14 rounds instead of 13s, like we saw back here. We also get a better turret, which actually is not a better turret. It must be an open top or something, because this is only 50, 40, 200. Why is the rear 200 in armor? Is that like a mistake that they made? I wonder. Wow. And that's the only guns. Wow, we're gonna be seeing tier 9s with this, and we can only do 171 pen. That kind of worries me. It sounds like this line might be even pretty challenging too. Let's see what the tier 8 at least does. At least the tier 8 starts with a tier 8 gun, which does rate of fire 9 and does standard damage between 173 and 288. At standard shell, penetration is 170 to 83. View range is 370. Hit points are 1050. Hull armor and turret armor still pretty shitty. Now this is where we get the bigger gun. See, now that sounds better. 226 penetration, 230 in damage, 9.52 in rate of fire. So yeah, we're not going to do a lot of damage, but we're definitely going to be shooting up a lot of people pretty quickly. Almost 10 rounds in a minute. I might have to move my Death Star people into this tank just so I can make sure that we get all the benefits from the crew, because it looks like we're going to be struggling with this tank line as it is. So that might be something we're going to have to do. Let's see, any different guns? Yeah, we get 105 there. Let's check that out real quick. So almost 6 rounds in a minute. 268 in pen, which is awesome. 390 in damage, not bad. Okay, I could deal with that. So it seems like the tier 7 we're going to probably struggle with. The tier 8 we will struggle with to an extent until we get the first package, which looks like we're going to get for free anyways. So we might not struggle with this, but the tier 7 looks like we might be struggling with that tank to get through it. That might be a hard tank to run. Let's look at the tier 9. Tier 9, we're going to get 1,500 points. 35 in the speed, so it's been dropping down since the tier 7. Traverse speed is not bad. Turret armor went up, 132 in the front. And then it looks like the standard shell damage is going up, and also the penetration. Rate of fire with the, what is this? A tier 10 gun is almost 8 rounds a minute. That's pretty awesome for 120 millimeter. That's actually pretty freaking sweet. But we don't get any other gun on here, so we stick with the actual. It automatically comes with the tier 10 gun, which is kind of weird because you usually don't see that in World of Tanks, where you automatically get the best gun on there. The only thing we're upgrading is the tank engine, the tracks, the radio. So really, there's nothing on here that's amazing. So that's pretty much all we're gonna get with this with the tier 10. Oops, I did not mean to do that. 183 millimeter, which, wow, the shell damage actually goes up pretty nice. 863 to 1,438. The whole armor is shit. The turret armor is shit. The speed's not bad. 1,815 hit points. So, pretty much a Death Star could knock us out in one hit pretty easily. Let's see. Rate of fire, 2 rounds in a minute. 390 in view range. Shell penetration is 233 to 388. See, the only thing I don't like about this is that we have the same rate of fire as the Death Star, but do we really have as much damage as the Death Star? This does 1,438. What is our Death Star like? Yeah, with the premium shells, it's 1,750. So we're actually beating the new tank by a couple hundred points. I apologize for my voice. It's very early in the morning and has not been clearing up very well. Anyway, so yeah, 1,438 to the 1,700. Yeah. So that's the only thing I don't like, is that this is 183 millimeter. And then what size is this? This is 183 millimeter. Is that the L4? So they're the same gun, but yet I can't do as much damage as the Death Star? I'm gonna have to look that up. You would think we'd be able to do the same amount of damage. You would think. Having the same gun and anything. And everything. The other thing cool about this tank line is, from what I could see, is that all these tanks have a fully rotating turret. At least the tier 6, and I think the tier 7 does. I don't know about the 8, 9, or 10. The 10 might, maybe that's why they let the damage go down, is because it could fully rotate, or maybe it could rotate more than the FV215B 183 Death Star. I'm not sure. So, but yeah. Looks like it's going to be an interesting line to go down. Definitely an interesting line. We'll have to see how it goes. So, but anyways, guys, that's it for this video. I just wanted to do an update about what we're going to be doing this week. I will be live streaming tomorrow. Tomorrow's Saturday, starting about 10:30 Mountain Time, United States. Let's see. We will be doing platooning with anybody that's with the Ronin 47R group. We will also be live streaming on Sundays, starting at the same time and everything. So everything should be, yeah, there's nothing else going on. So like I said, we'll be reviewing the Object 268 next week. Don't know what day yet until I get my days off figured out, and then we will also start the new British tank line. So a lot of work for me to do on this weekend. I usually don't do two, starting like a start video and a review video all in one weekend, because they take a lot of my time up. But we're going to do it because I really want to jump on that next line as soon as possible. But anyways, guys, I'm WizardKen. Thank you so much for coming out. Hit that like button, leave a comment, let me know any thoughts you have, and I'll try to get back to you guys. Anyways, until next time, see ya.